apple pies, family size, leather bombers and Nike Sacai's. Dangerous corners, you better pray that tomorrow arrives. Rap, Sugar Ray Robinson, nothing sweet. Y'all too out of shape to even box with me. Heavyweight, I know my way around the ring. Just like Shorty.
Well, it may be a bit soggy, but that certainly hasn't deterred this fan base. A great crowd on hand to battle the raindrops at Nissan Stadium in Nashville. Today, it's a good matchup in the AFC South between the Indianapolis Colts and the Tennessee Titans. Set to go now on a wet and rainy afternoon. And off we go from Nashville. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. They turn to Harris to begin the drive. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. Second down.
Well, kind of a quirk in the schedule. These two division rivals didn't see each other much of the year. Their first meeting was just a few weeks ago, back in Week 14. And it was the visiting Titans who were victorious in that one. So now they'll look for the sweep here back home in Nashville.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Off the play fake. Harrison. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's caught inside the 35.
And they'll work this down inside the 30. Well, we saw this plenty last year in college. He loved to take his shots downfield. And that throw, that was a thing to behold there.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Oh, they'll try the jet sweep here with Lazard.
And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Allen Lazard,
his first rushing touchdown of the year. And the Titans march right down the field in 3 plays to claim the early advantage.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Fields this way up at the 17. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Now a first carry here for Robinson. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
On 2nd and 9,
Lance. Now Lance unable to escape, and down he goes.
Khalil Mack racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't.
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Marquise Brown with touchdown number 7 on the year.
And the Colts are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own.
Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. It sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments to prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. They find some open field here. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 43.
Harris running straight ahead.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped him, bringing up 4th down.
They're going for it. This is Harris. Touchdown, Titans.
Najee Harris,
34 yards.
And the Titans' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. And that CD, one heck of a run. He just refused to go down.
And that's where determination comes in, because he had at least a couple of guys had really good shots at him, but he just said, I don't think so. Speed, power, elusiveness, all on display right there. Look like you, partner, back in your salad days in Evansville.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Taken in at the 3. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. You know, Charles, season winding down, time to maybe look ahead to the offseason. What do you see these guys going after either in the draft or free agency?
Well, with the season that they're having, just about every position is up for grabs right now. No one is really safe, but the focal point is always the quarterback position. And he may be auditioning to try and stay with his own current team. I think he's auditioning for the rest of the league to try and find a spot because I think this team is looking for a new quarterback. Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. To throw, it's Lance. And his throw here is incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That'll allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely, frees up your guys elsewhere. From the gun on 3rd down, Lance. Open man is Miller. He's got it. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Lance. That is caught. It's the tight end Goddard. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Again, it's Lance. Over the middle, complete. It's Miller. He's brought down after a pickup of 5, but he needed 8. 4th down. Lance and company going on 4th down. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Amani Hooker. And the Titans are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. I appreciate the aggressiveness trying to go for it there on 4th down, but you're in the red zone, had 3 points in your back pocket. Instead, Charles, they throw it away.
Certainly a big call to go for it on 4th down. As you said, in the red zone. Definitely going to cost them 3 points, and we'll see how that affects the game as time goes on.
A handoff to Harris to begin the drive. And some room to work. Look at this. Middle of the field. A breakaway. Touchdown, Titans. Najee Harris. His 2nd touchdown of the game. 17th on the year. And the Titans are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing. and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way.
He rifles one that's intercepted. And the Titans are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. And, Charles, it seems like sometimes when you fall down early, there can be a tendency there to try and get it all back in one fell swoop. And that time, that thinking leads to an interception.
And I believe you brought up a really good point there, Brandon, because you try and force plays, right? You try and get all back in one shot, just as you mentioned there. And you know you're going to need some big plays to get back into the game. But ultimately, you really can't force what isn't there.
Play action. Harrison. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Allen Lazard with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Titans take a 3-touchdown lead. Boswell good with the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Extra point right down the middle, and that cuts the lead to 28-14. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taken at the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Harrison. This is Lazard with a catch out left. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Avonte Maddox.
And the Colts are going to take possession of the football.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
Throwing on first down is Lance. This one is caught. It's Moore.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10.
On 1st and 10, here's Lance.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14.
Here's Lance.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Lance now to throw.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Desmond King picks it.
And the Titans are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that 3rd down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety.
The goal was a score just before the break, but I'm not sure that a safety was how they expected to do it. But give the defenders credit. They saw how the series was starting out, and I think it increased their intensity. This was their chance to make a huge play before the half, and all they needed was one play to get it done.
On 1st down, Lance. That's going to be caught downfield by Miller.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left.
Lance now on 1st down.
Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. Khalil Mack, that is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. In motion left comes Brown. Throwing on 2nd and long.
Lance.
Got a man complete to Miller. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, is starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. And his kick is indeed good. So if you factor the safety, this is going to be a 5-point swing all told.
And if you're winning, I think you say, fine by me, we'll take it. But when you're losing, I think you have to say, we let a good opportunity get away.
So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. So we've reached halftime here on New Year's Eve. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. Fields this way up at the 17. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And, Charles, they trail here, though not really the fault of this offense.
No, they certainly did their part in the first half. But when you're in a shootout like this, you definitely want your defense to play better, but you know that's out of your control. All you can do, keep putting points on the scoreboard and keep giving your defense opportunities to make stops.
On 2nd and 9, Lance. Now Lance unable to escape, and down he goes. Khalil Mack able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. The Lance going to throw. Being chased out left. He's going deep for Brown. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. The Colts send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Taking it about the 16. That one in the books as a 64-yard punt. And it'll be Titan football. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. They'll start the drive with Harris. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And now off to the races down the right side. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Najee Harris, 79 yards. As his guys are able to extend their lead. Now Mike Vrabel going to tell the offense to go for 2 here. They'll try and throw for it. That's caught at the 1. And this time he'll be stopped short of the goal line. He might have been out of gas after the long run. In any event, the try for 2 fails. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Colts
Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. That'll go as a loss of 9, and it leads to third down. Throwing now is Lance. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
And absolutely zero surprise that that one was incomplete, huh? I mean, truthfully, how many OCs have we seen with 3rd and 20 on their play sheet and go, oh, I've got the exact play to dial up?
Now, that's just a head-scratching down when you're facing a 3rd and 20. Tried to complete it, couldn't get it done. Pulled in at the 24. 62 yards on the punt that time. Wow. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Back to the air on second down. Harrison. He'll let this go deep for Lazard. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
The offense schemed going 5 wide, trying to create a chance for the big shot, and they took it. If he comes down with that one, that's a huge offensive swing. But credit the defense with a nice play, knocking that one away.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Back to throw. Harrison. He's going to let it go again. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They'll try the right side with Harris. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
Taken down on the play by Aiden Hutchinson.
It's rare that a man his size can't at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about Tiny? You're talking about the little guy back
Tiny.
there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. The first guy in, he's got to take one for the team, right? Because he's just waiting there and holding on for everyone else to help him out.
Quick hitter here, it's complete.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Operating from the gun, Harrison. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. A.J. Dillon from 19 yards away as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Second down and a run by Robinson.
Oh, he's got a little daylight.
And this is going to be a Colts first down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line.
We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10.
Lance looking to throw it.
Got him in. It's Brown. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And it's second down.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
On play action, Lance.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Amani Hooker.
And the Titans are going to take possession of the football. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Throwing on 1st down. Harrison. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. To throw on 2nd down. Harrison. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, 4th quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
No, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call. On 1st down, Harrison. Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. From 19 yards away.
And the Titans look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
Boswell good with the extra point. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
They fake the handoff. Now Lance. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy on the flat.
And so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about, in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line.
Desperation time here. Lance.
Hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And the Titans, they've got the football back, and they've got it in great field position. Now a 1st down carry for Harris. Solid running on the carry, but still brought down just inside of the 40.
The tackle there by the safety, Xavier McKinney.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Harris going to get it again on 2nd down.
He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And they'll go jet sweep to try to pick it up.
And he will have a Titans 1st down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They hand this off to Harris.
Bilal Nichols there on the stop.
Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll run again with Harris.
That's some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. 243 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. On the give, this is Harris. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. A give to Harris. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't
say that's a little lead, yeah, a little extra on top.
So this one, a 10